Well, yet more computer videos. It seems like I've been getting into this stuff a little more lately. This here is an upgrade for that Dell there, my main workshop computer. That's limited to a single core CPU because of motherboard limitations, so I'm going to use parts from the Dell and a few new parts I got to build another system. Let me get this stuff unpacked. Ah yes, the ever familiar G41M motherboard and a second E5500 processor. I built one of these for a coworker, I think it was my previous video actually, and I wanted to overclock it, play around with it, but it wasn't mine, so since I had to upgrade the Dell, I decided I'd get another one of these and see how fast it can go this time around. Also, a change of pace on the cases. Got a $29 Gigabyte mid-tower case, and so far it's not bad looking. Nice glossy front panel. If my camera would decide to focus. And I'm going to have a look inside this real quick. See if I can spin it around. 120mm fan. Real plain Jane in the back, but it looks like it's got normal card slots with regular screw mounts, so should be nice. Let me see here. This thumb screws out. Normally I'd do a cut and just start another video segment, but what the hell, you know? Alright. Put this down. Nothing special in here. Basic hardware, and yep, looks like normal card slots to me. Sweet. From what I read on Newegg, the reviews were saying this case is, really good quality for the price, and it certainly does have a sturdy motherboard tray. In fact, the whole case is pretty solid, and it looks good. So, perfect for a budget build. All the parts that I picked up for this upgrade, with the shipping included, came to $180 and less than 10 cents, I think. So, saved a lot of money by recycling some parts. The only downside is the Dell's got 4 RAM chips and this motherboard only has 2 slots, so I'm going to have to go down to 2 gigs of RAM, but I guess that's okay for now because I'm going to keep the Dell going and use it to upgrade my computer at work that's really getting tired. But let me go ahead and get this motherboard mounted in here. Correction, I'm a dumbass. This has one of those brackets to hold all the cards in place with the optional screw holes. But this mounting bracket looks like it might actually work. It's very sturdy. It's got this big latch up top and some nice hinges, and this metal bars is nice thick metal, so maybe that one will be okay. We'll find out shortly. Starting to take shape. So far, no issues with the case that I've been able to find. Other than I noticed there's a little dent here in the back panel. Not a big deal. As long as the front looks good, I don't really care. And this optical drive, it's just a DVD reader. Made in June of 2008. It's a SATA drive. One of my coworkers got it out of the trash at their other workplace, and they said that somebody said it didn't read the disc properly or something, but it looks like brand new almost, so I'm going to put it in and see if it works. If it doesn't, it's probably just going to be a dirty lens or something. We'll find out. I got to back up my files off this Dell and take some parts out of it. Hopefully I'll be able to just transfer the hard drive over since they're both Intel chipsets, but I'm not going to keep my hopes up. Well, I'm glad to say that the card mounting bracket actually works on this case. Video card's in there nice and snug, and it goes in good and square too. So the Cooler Master case needs to work on that a little bit, because that was much more expensive than this $29 Gigabyte case. Although the Cooler Master has its good points too. This case is quite a bit more flimsy in other areas. Let me finish hooking this thing up. I was going to try some old DDR2 400 RAM that was laying around. I think I had 512 meg. I wanted to see how far I could overclock it, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and put the normal RAM in here and get on with it because I'm running short of time. It's already after 8 o'clock and I got to work tomorrow, so trying to kind of get this up and running here. Okay, first boot. I'm running Memtest 86 just to see, you know, what the stock speed would be. Looks like you get about 3.4 gigabytes a second memory bandwidth with the RAM set at DDR2 800. And running right along. Stock speed on this CPU is 2.8 gigahertz, but I want to have some fun and try overclocking it right out of the box before I even get anywhere with it. So go back into the BIOS here. Let's see. Control F1. Trigger. 1066. Yeah, that's a dream. I could try it later. I wonder why it automatically set it to that. I think 3.08 gigahertz 220 FSB is a good starting point for some overclocking. I'm not going to change the voltage or anything like that on the RAM or CPU. I'm going to leave all the voltages stock and see how stable it is. Not going to push it real hard. I mean, it's brand new, for God's sake, but I do want to have some fun with it. It's a nice thing about relatively cheap stuff. If you're wondering why I haven't been using AMD stuff lately, it's just because I've had some parts laying around for socket 775 systems, and becoming quite familiar with this board, I've decided to just use it in my couple of budget builds I had. I was real close to going with a dual core AMD, but the price difference it wasn't there on that system. My main rig upstairs is going to get upgraded to a 6-core Phenom before too long here. But anyway, back on topic. Let's see what happens if I try to save those settings and reboot. Will it post? Noisy ass video card fan. Oh yeah, she posted. 3.08 gigs, 220 at 14. Let's see what Memtest 86 tells me now. Oh yeah, look at that, 3506. Notice how the motherboard automatically changed the timings on the RAM. I think I'm going to let this run for a bit. Maybe I'll push it a little higher. I'm going to probably go ahead and see if Windows boots up on this and get it put into my desk and hook it up to the normal monitor and keyboard instead of my test setup here, and maybe I'll try to push it up to 3.2 or something. Well, making some progress here. Windows is working okay. I'm installing the motherboard drivers right now off the CD. Speaking of which, the DVD drive is working fine. At first I couldn't get it to recognize or open, and reached back there to wiggle some wires and realized that the SATA power connector wasn't on all the way, so it's working great now. And so far so good on everything. As soon as this is done installing, I'm going to do a quick test and put it back in my desk over here. Maybe try playing some games on it. What my goal is really is to have two really cheap computers that are capable of playing games like Grand Theft Auto 4 at half decent settings without breaking the bank. And seeing that E2160 system that I overclocked and put my old Radeon video card in, that was able to run GTA 4 at around 30 or 40 frames per second during the benchmark test with the settings, you know, average settings. So this computer should do even better. I'm looking forward to trying it out.